This is the Philanthropy Show, connecting and inspiring philanthropy.
Welcome to the Philanthropy Show. I'm your host, Luann Saraga Walters, and I am so excited about today's show. You know, we know the face of philanthropy is changing. What I really love is how energetic it's really become with this new generation, this influx of incredibly enthusiastic young folks who have come up, and with their youth, they are offering their time, their talent, their treasure, what they have so far, right? But really getting involved in their communities, really being invested in the outcomes and the positive change that's going on here. So I want to welcome our three guests today as a big welcome. Nice to have you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks. And then I will introduce each of them, starting on my right. Ciara Cooper.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. And Morgan Barse.
Yes.
And Alyssa Garcia. I do that all the time. And I should know better because she is our newest advisory council member, our youth advisory council member with the Philanthropy Show. So very cool. Thank you guys for coming.
Thank you.
All right, I want to get into this because this is kind of interesting, and I think a lot of people are there's a lot of structure in the normal philanthropic world in that we have based it on, well, the parameters of philanthropy were you graduate from college, you go to work, you've got your job, you collect your savings, and at some point in time, later on towards retirement, you might be philanthropic. But that's changing because more and more people are realizing that philanthropy is not just about spending your entire life trying to earn something to give back. It's about giving back right here, right now, and how you do that. And your generation has really figured that out. You're leading the country in this new way of how do we relate with each other. I love that. So I'm going to ask you some questions that are kind of philosophical, but they're also just about, in general, what you think of it. So let's get your backgrounds first. So, Ciara, first tell me how you came to work with like nonprofits, volunteerism.
Well,
what did you do?
I went to Tampa Bay Tech. I was National Honor Society president, so that's a service club right there. And we volunteered at Metropolitan Ministries and stuff like that. And I just love the fact of giving back to people and stuff like that and helping people out. That's one of my main goals in life, always help people throughout my whole entire life.
That's cool. So your service club, National Honor Society, love it. So your service club chose Metropolitan Ministries like as a group?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, that's awesome. Did you take a vote?
No, well, we make sure it's kind of like, who decided. We're not going to force anybody to do something. So it's like we all like, okay, who wants to go to Metropolitan Ministries and help donate their time and stuff like that.
That's cool. Awesome. All right, Morgan. So how did you become involved or aware of nonprofit organizations?
Right, okay, so I'm the vice president of Florida DECA, which DECA is an international business organization, and kids can go out and get real world experience. So a big aspect of that is getting them involved with our community. So as a state officer, we have 2 huge item drives in the fall and the spring, and a bunch of chapters from across the state collect all these items, and we've actually raised over 82,000 items in our collection drives. Yeah.
No kidding.
And they go...
what kind of items?
Right, so one time we did a macaroni and cheese drive, so like we had like tons of stacks of macaroni and cheese, and it's really nice to see like kids like you from across the state get involved on a community level. And
That just opened up about 500 questions that I want to dive into. But first, we got to have Alyssa tell about her background too. And oh wow, go ahead.
Well, I got involved with community service organizations in the 10th grade through the Beta Club chapter at our high school. I went to school with Ciara at Tampa Bay Tech. And we did all kinds of different organizations. Our main one was the American Cancer Society. We did work with Leukemia Lymphoma Society and a lot of work in Temple Terrace. And then in my senior year, I got involved with the organization Frameworks, where I met Morgan. Yeah. And I was in the program Teens in Action, and I was able to get involved with an assisted living community, and I did a lot of work there, and I loved it, and I just love community service.
Wow, and you guys, you've each mentioned different areas of philanthropy, which is really kind of cool because you're not all doing the same thing. You're kind of very diverse in what you're diving into. So help me with this, because you all got involved in high school age. Was this something that your schools asked you to do? Is it something that you initiated on your own? How does that work?
Well, one big thing that high schoolers face is that sometimes it's a requirement, and it's even a requirement for scholarships. Bright Futures is a big one. So I know a lot of high schoolers get involved through those two main motivations. But also, it doesn't have to be that. I'm sure that either of you could say that we love it at a certain point.
Oh,
You
yeah.
start to love it.
I definitely think that, like, when you get into high school, there's just so many more opportunities. And with that, you're kind of like, you feel this freedom of, oh, I can go out and I can do this for myself, and I can get my friends or other classmates involved. And then it blows up into something so much bigger.
That's kind of cool. I love what she just said. You feel the freedom to go out and do such and so.
Yeah.
Because, you know, it's interesting because the take on that too is, do I have the time? Do I have this? I mean, gosh, you're in high school. You've got your grades. You've got your extracurricular activities. But this is like a social outlet. Wow. Okay. So how do you pick what you want to get involved in?
Well, as long as it's helping people, that's where, I decide I want to get involved in. It doesn't matter, what it is. As long as I'm doing it for the greater good, I'm doing it for the people, making people happy, it makes me feel happy.
Wow. Cool.
Right, and I think I'm very, like, standard driven. So in a society where, like, everyone's trying to cut back on time, you go through fast food restaurants, time is so valuable. So,
Wow.
to be able to to dedicate your time to an organization, I think that shows both, it reflects on you and the organization of how you value them and their impact on the community.
That's awesome.
Absolutely, I agree with both of them. And it can be as simple as starting with something that you think might involve you in your career or get you a start, an idea of what you want to do in your career, and then you learn and you grow through all of these experiences, and it's so valuable.
We have to take a break already. Can you believe the first segment's already gone through? But I mean, I have a ton of stuff that I want to follow up with you on in the second segment, including where you see this going in your lives. I mean, what do you want to do now that you've had a little taste of your philanthropic endeavors and volunteerism and freedom, as she calls it? So what are you going to do? So we're going to take a quick break, but we'll be right back with Youth in Philanthropy on The Philanthropy Show.
This show sponsored in part by
My Paper Pusher. Consider it done.
I'm Samantha Abraham with My Paper Pusher. Membership-based nonprofit organizations would not exist without the support of a dedicated board of directors who run the organization. However, these board members are also full-time professionals. When considering whether to rely on your board of directors or hire an outsourced professional, consider 3 benefits of outsourcing your administration. First, you avoid conflicts of interest. Since a board member has a personal fiduciary duty to oversee the operations and finances of the organization, it can sometimes create a conflict of interest for them to operate the organization and do the bookkeeping. Second, outsourcing administrative tasks gives your board more time to focus on fundraising and growing membership, which is their best and highest use, rather than doing administrative tasks. Last, an outsourced professional provides a reliable, consistent expert and a dedicated point of contact across all board term limits and rotation of officer positions. Outsourced administration is often the most cost-effective and efficient way to access professional expertise and help your membership organization grow. I'm Samantha Abraham with My Paper Pusher, where you can consider it done.
Follow The Philanthropy Show on Facebook for behind-the-scenes action, polls, and commentary.
Welcome back to The Philanthropy Show. We are talking all things youth and philanthropy. The energy on the set today is phenomenal. Loving it, loving it. And our 3 guests, Alyssa, Ciara, and Morgan, who are here with us, talking about why they got involved in philanthropy and volunteering and getting things together in the first place. Morgan, I want to go back to you for a second, because you initially talked about gathering these 82,000 somethings from around around Florida.
Right, yes.
And the service, what do you call them? The service chapters?
They're chapters across the state.
Of DECA.
Chapters, yes.
Okay. And how do you spearhead something like that? You guys are coordinating statewide?
Right, yes. So we actually have Google Hangout sessions, and we meet with all of the presidents from the chapters, and we encourage them and give them different marketing strategies to get their chapter encouraged to donate a bunch of items. And at our state conference and at our spring conference, we all bring it and pack it in our vans, and we all bring it, and it's like a big competition. And everyone wants to compete against each other.
And then where does it go?
Right. So for every drive, we pick a charity. One time we picked the spring, and it just depends. The different chapters have the opportunity to nominate a charity.
Okay.
And so whichever nominated one.
So all the chapters collections go to one charity.
Right. Yes.
Wow,
so
that's
we can make
that's
like a huge impact.
huge impact.
Yeah.
Very powerful. So how does it make you guys feel when you're doing these kinds of philanthropic things? Alyssa, how do you feel about volunteering in your community?
Well, actually, to add on to what Morgan said, with Beta Club, I know we did a lot of chapter organization of items, and we donated to different organizations. Well, at the conference this year, we had cards made to different people to just encourage them, and seeing all the youth get involved like that is just amazing.
That's awesome. And you guys are so organized and connected.
Oh, yes.
And I love that you're using Google Hangouts.
Yeah.
That's so cool. So how do you guys feel at the end of the day when you know that you've gone and done something, or the end of a project, when you've wrapped it up? What do you think about yourselves? How does that make you feel?
It makes you feel good. And you kind of like step back and like, whoa, I did this, something major, something that can help people around the community and stuff like that.
Yeah. I think it's so satisfying to end your day and think that you were able to empower other people to maybe not at this time in their lives they're able to make an impact on others, but eventually later on when you keep empowering them, you give them the strength to empower others eventually.
It's just so wonderful. There's nothing like giving back to your community. You just feel so amazing that you are giving. It feels like so little, but to some people it's so much, and just knowing that is just, it's magical.
Well, kudos to you guys for discovering it before you were even 20, because there are a lot of people who are, get into their 60s and 70s before they realize, wow, this actually feels good. It's not just that I'm required to give of time or something, but it feels good to do it.
Yes.
And I love that they're using words like empower. That's cool too. That's the philanthropy show, is connecting and inspiring philanthropy with 3 intentions: to educate, to uplift, and to empower. So that fits right in, because that's what it does, right? It feels good. So how do you see philanthropy playing a role in your future?
Well, I recently took CNA at Tampa Bay Tech.
What is CNA?
It's Certified Nursing Assistant.
Awesome.
So we went to nursing homes and hospitals and volunteered there.
Wow.
Well, we gave clinical hours there. But I actually went to John Knox, which is a nursing home, and did activities with the elderly that live there. And then I'm going to HEC right now, and then I'll be getting my RN, which is registered nursing. And so I'll be doing that. So I feel like, healthcare, helping people as far as that way, making sure they're healthy, and, family backgrounds, when you have people that have like diabetes and stuff like that need help, or money that needs to be donated so they can get better, if they're not able to pay it themselves. So
Wow.
with that.
And do you see yourself just continuing that too in the cycle?
Yes.
We'll bring you back here when you're 40, okay? If we're still doing the philanthropy show, then I promise you we will. Morgan, what's in your future?
I know that giving back to my community will always be a huge role in my life, and I definitely think that when I met Alyssa at Frameworks, I had an internship this summer, and I think that confirmed that for me, because even looking inside of the office, everyone's positive, everyone's happy, and if you go to a big corporate office, it's not the same, because I assume that it's not the same, and you can just see
I've lived that. No, I'm kidding. But
right, yeah.
Partly true. But
You can just see the difference, because they know what they're doing is good for the community, and they can see the direct effects of that, and I think that's really powerful.
I love that. What a testimony. You're going to continue going through that. We'll bring you back when you're 42. Okay. Alyssa, what's in your future?
I can identify with both of these people. I'm so happy that I picked both of them, because they are awesome representatives, because I'm going into healthcare, and working with Frameworks has been just amazing. And what I want to do is be that person that reaches back when I'm older and takes a person like me
Got it.
and helps them to become all that they can be. And it doesn't have to be just one. I want to influence as many people as I possibly can, especially youth, because they are so powerful and they can do so many things. And I want a lot of people to see that and notice that, and that's my aspiration for the future.
So what do you think, 2035 Alyssa Garcia for president? Maybe?
You have my vote.
Oh, that's great.
Thank you.
No, I love it. Well, it's already time. We're going to have to take another break.
Oh, wow.
And I know. And so, but when we come back, we're going to play Truth or Care, which is what is your heart's definition of philanthropy, although you guys are so heart-centered anyway with everything that you've done. But a little bit more on that. So we're going to take another quick break. We'll be right back with The Philanthropy Show.
And now a word from our studio sponsor.
So, you are thinking about starting a new nonprofit organization? What are the things you need to know, and what are the steps you need to take to make this happen? My name is Lorraine Faithful. I am the operations manager at Nonprofit Leadership Center. A nonprofit organization refers to groups whose purposes are to benefit the public and which are exempt from income tax under the Federal Internal Revenue Code. While in some ways nonprofits are very similar to for-profit enterprises, nonprofits face moral and ethical issues that do not come into play with for-profits, such as do no harm and you must be faithful to the public good above your personal interests. Nonprofits should be created to serve an important public purpose, but only after careful consideration of whether forming a new organization is the best vehicle for accomplishing that purpose and whether you and your supporters are prepared to form this organization. To learn more about what it means to form a new nonprofit organization and for free information and resources, please visit our website at www.nonprofitleadershipcenter.com. Thank you.
The Philanthropy Show is on demand every Monday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at both thephilanthropyshow.com and YouTube/WatchMVVP TV.
Welcome back to The Philanthropy Show. It's hard to believe this show has gone by so fast, and I knew I was going to love it, and I'm sure that you guys are too. But it's just been so much fun having these three on. So this is our point in time when we talk about truth or care, your heart's definition of philanthropy. Why are you connected to giving back from that heart-centered space and what that means to you? So I'm going to start with Alyssa over here.
A big part of my heart is my faith, and I feel called to do what I do in the community. And it's not just that it feels good, but it's helping other people, and I just love it. I'd never thought that I would love it so much, but it's become a huge part of my life, and seeing that I inspire other people just moves me so much. I just can't believe that just one girl can impact so many people, and I want a lot of other people to notice that this can happen.
Awesome. And you're not just one girl. You're an amazing young woman who's done so much with her life already, and we're just so pleased to have you on as our Youth Advisory Council member, too.
Thank you
Wow.
so much.
Oh, thank you. Miss Morgan.
Well, when I think of like a strong leader, I think of the ability that they have the ability to empower others. And I think for us, like to give ourselves the opportunity to go out in the community, that is so powerful, not only for the development personally, but for the development of those around us. And I think I love to inspire others, and I love to see others like push themselves out of their comfort zone. And I think that's why it's so important to me.
And you inspire me.
Yes.
She's an inspiration.
She is awesome.
Gosh. Wow. All right, Ciara.
Well, back to what Morgan was saying, leader, I feel like it shouldn't just be leader and followers. I feel like that leader should make other leaders. And that's one of the things I did with NHS. I helped make other leaders. I didn't just want members to feel like they're members. And, you know, also they say that, you know, our generation, we're kind of like selfish, but here you have us three young ladies, we're giving back to our community and stuff like that. And it's just like feeling, you know, the gratitude, like, you know, feeling the emotion of people, you know, saying thank you for doing this for us. It just kind of warms your heart, you know, and giving back and stuff like that. Like I work at Publix, so, you know, we have like a lot of donations and stuff like that. And, you know, I just started working there, so I'll be getting on that.
Yay.
So.
I love that. She's so enthusiastic about it, too. Well, I want to affirm you, too, because what you're doing, and it's interesting. I've heard somebody else say that about the selfishness or something, and I don't see that at all. I have not experienced it. I'm blown away, in fact, because you are doing way more than my generation, or let me just put it in my little circle, ever did when we were your age. I mean, because I don't think we even had the wherewithal to know where to do it or where to go to do it. So, wow. Thank you for being the leaders that you are, not only for your generation, but for this community. Thank you for stepping up to the plate, for coming on to the show, for continuing to go. I know that we're going to hear and see lots of great things from all three of you and your network of friends. And wow, just very inspirational. So thank you very much, Miss Alyssa and Miss Morgan and Miss Ciara. Aren't you motivated and inspired? I am. I know we've had our first studio audience too. Glenn, can you capture them? Can you just turn your camera back? We've got the parents are in the house. Yeah. So it's awesome. Wave, studio audience. It's great. So anyway, this is wrapping up another fantastic episode of the Philanthropy Show. Take care, connect, and inspire. Lead, educate, uplift, and empower. Wonderful. Have a great week, and we'll see you next time.
Do you have an idea for the Philanthropy Show? Contact us via our website or email us at tps@myvideovoice.com.